Another day passes as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Your crops are beginning to wilt, and your cow is sick. For some time, the land has been very quiet. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day, you feel more uncertain if things will ever return to how they were before. Perhaps it is up to you. You've made up your mind. You are going to do something about it. Oh, you stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Oh, okay. Hello everyone. I'm Wobudius, and today we're playing Disturbed. And guess it's a little point and click game, which I do enjoy. Go to the crops, go in the house, go in the shed. We gotta check on the crops. A path divides the crops you have labored so hard to prosper these past months. A penetrating odor reminds you that your plants are decaying away, and time is running short. Yeah, we should follow the path. You continue down the trail for a while until you see a cave off in the distance. You pause, questioning if there could be something helpful in there. Yeah, let's go in the cave. There is a faint whistle from the wind passing between the rocks. The temperature significantly cools as you enter the cave. You notice that there is a different smell, but you welcome it, comparing it to the deathly blight found outside. I'll go further, Before you take your next step, a large bear emerges from the darkness. You realize that you have made a terrible mistake even thinking that something helpful could be in here. Fight the bear or run away. I'll fight the bear. You scan the ground and notice that there are numerous rocks you can grab to throw at the bear. You begin to do so as the bear approaches you. One after the other, you throw the rocks as hard as you can. The bear charges at you as you bend over to grab another rock, tackling you to the ground. The bear bites into your neck, your body quickly goes limp, and you die. Your adventure ends here. Well, okay, that was the bad path. That was the bad path. We're gonna do that again. We're gonna give that another shot. Let's go to the crops. Yada yada yada. Follow the path. Yada yada yada. Don't go in the cave. You come to a stop as you stumble upon a broken wagon. I'll inspect the wagon. You look about the mess and find bits of food and clothes scattered about the scene. You notice a key on the ground. During your search, you pick up the key and continue on your way. After what felt like an hour or two, you reach a bridge. Nearby the path is a small shack, similar to the house you have on the farm. The man that lives here is a kind fellow, from what you recall. Maybe he is home? Let's inspect it. You walk towards the structure and knock on the door. You scratch the back of your head, figuring that the person that lives here is currently occupied. If nothing else, you remember picking up a key from the wagon and you use it on the door. I did not decide to do that one. The door unlocks. You decide to help yourself in. I'm going to get shot. Observing the empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. You are overcome with fear as you think of the man that used to dwell here. Inspect the book? You pick up the book and start to flip through the pages. You discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Today's trading went smoothly, thank goodness. What I am thrilled most about, however, is what one of my buddies mentioned to me at the conclusion of our day. Apparently, there's a pond nearby that has some of the biggest fish in the region. With a good catch, I can make enough to move things forward. I was caught off guard when he mentioned that nobody has been able to catch any from there. I guess your typical fishing rod won't do the trick, but what can be done about it then? Something to be intrigued about, I suppose. These past couple weeks have been really rough for me. My trading business has gone under, and I have lost nearly everything I own. This has pushed me to extremes, but that can't be helped now. I am leaving this place forever, never to return. The land is dying, and there's nothing but darkness here. Anyone reading this should leave while they can. Can't find a name to give this man, but regardless of the name, you got chills running down your spine. I'll open the door. You observe the trap door and notice a lock keeping it closed. With the key, you unlock the hatch and get it open. Without thinking, you travel downward. Why did they add the without thinking? Like, I probably would have. Walking down the steps leading below, the air attacks your body with a piercing cold. You notice immediately that there is a woman chained to the wall. She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. You feel darkness surround you as you stay in this awful place. You tremble as you try to form words in your mouth. You there, let me out of here. The pressure of such a demand makes you freeze. You take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. What got you locked up to begin with? You'll never believe me, even if I told you the truth. Quick save. Just in case. Something brought you here. Please, have mercy on me. You're gonna kill me. You approach the woman and unlock the shackles that bind her. As her arms become free, she moans in pain. Oh, thank you so much. The woman struggles to regain her strength, but starts to stand up on her own. She gets up. She turns towards you. I would now do you a favor. Oh. What seemed to be the face of a helpless woman disappears as a horrific image manifests itself before you. You feel the chilling grip of bone hands lock around your arms. Energy flees from your body and you fall to your knees. She sucked the life out of me. She did it. You feel the essence of your life slip away as everything goes black. It is unfortunate that your journey ends here. Load. Load. Oh, here we go. Something. Do not free the woman. I would not. No, don't go. With nothing else to interact with, you make your way up the stairs. Good. As you exit, you can hear the woman laugh behind you. The voice causes the shack to shake. You leave the shack as fast as you can. Okay, she was playing me. She was playing me the whole time. You leave the shack and cross the bridge before something bad happens. That's smart. You cross the bridge safely and continue down the trail. After all that has happened, you feel that you should take a moment to rest. Find a spot under a tree and sit down. Being comfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. Quick save. Pick at the grass? As you pick at the grass blades in your reach, the ground begins to shake. Before you can get up, roots from below sprout from the ground and wrap around your legs? Oh, you turn around to see a large angry face looking back at you? Your jaw drops in horror. No sound or scream escapes your tongue as the tightening grip of the roots squeeze what air is left out from your body. Okay, this is a terrible place. I'm gonna take a nap. Your eyes close and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see a blurry image. Details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be. A bad feeling then overcomes you and you realize who this is. You try to wake yourself up. You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself and your surroundings. All seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad will happen to you if you stay here. Moving forward seems like the only logical thing. You reach a point where the trail splits into two paths. Which way should you go? Quick save. Left? I mean, not much of a difference. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of a trail that leads through the grass up towards a nearby hill. If you had not stopped, you probably would not have ever noticed. Which way do you go? Follow the trail in the grass? Ooh. Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. I'm going to inspect it. You approach the grave. You look at the sword with intrigue. Before you can touch before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. The sword. May I have it? The blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. If you desire this sword, free me from it. Slowly motion for the sword. Fool! Only something of a pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower found in the darkness. I'm going to grab the sword. You reach for the sword. Before you can lay a finger on it, the spirit grabs your arm. A sharp pain flows over your body as your flesh melts off your bones. What fragments remain fall to the ground. Your adventure ends here. Okay. Alright, we're going to go left. We're going to yada yada yada. Go to the tall grass. Yada yada yada. Inspect the grave. Yada. But we're going to back away from the sword. You listen to the specter and leave the sword. The figure fades out of view. Let's continue on. You pause to see that there is a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. I'll look at the lake. Quick save. I'll look at the lake. I bet there's a creature or a demon or something. You step near the lake and look down into it. Resting underwater is an orb of some sort, sitting at the bottom of the lake. There is something strange about it, as if it were calling out to you. Yeah, I'll dive in. That looks cool. You close your eyes and jump into the lake. You open your eyes to see the stone sitting before you. You start to make your way toward it. A large fish comes into view. It quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. You try to leave for the surface, but the fish catches up to you. Quickly find yourself helpless before the creature. You close your eyes as the giant fish rips your body apart with its teeth. You die a very painful death. Okay, we're not gonna look at the... look at the lake. Yada yada yada. There's an orb, but don't go for it. Now is probably not the time. Smart. Continue. The faint trail comes to an end. There is a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. I want to look at the... Quick save. I want to look at the pillars. You stand before the large stones, arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center is a stone with what appears to be some sort of a slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed here. Hey, is it the orb that's in the water that I would need to... Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. The faint trail comes to an end. There's... Explore the field? You find yourself gazing over a grass field with hills rolling off into the distance. As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Surely the unique powers of a unicorn can help you with your quest, but there is clearly something wrong. If only there was a way to charm it. Okay, I need to do something for the unicorn, to get the sword, to use the sword to kill the fish, to get the orb to put on... Okay. Quick save. Go back. You pause to see there's a lake. Go back to the grave. Yes. Go back. Yes. Okay, follow the trail and continue down the path. Okay. You walk for some time to find an endless field of grass. There is a stone well near the path. Inspect the well. You peer down the well. Other than the evident water at the bottom, there is a coin resting against the wall of the well. If possible, you feel you should go down and... Yeah. You lean over the edge of the well. There is no possible way you can obtain the coin by reaching for it. With this in mind, you turn and climb down along the inner... Oh no. You take a few successful steps down, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot and you fall. Tumbling about, your body clashes against the stone walls. With a single knock on the head, you lose all consciousness. With a splash, you fall into the water. Your body sinks effortlessly, and you drown. Ah. This is cool, though. Go back. Did it? Go back. Go back. Follow the path. Don't look down the well. Leave. Don't do it. Continue on. Walking over hills of grass and grain, you reach the walls of Eramore. Several times a year, you come here to trade goods from the farm. You discover the plague that has spread to your farm has also spread all the way out here. The path before you is overrun with blight. Quick save. You have come a long way, and you don't desire to turn back now. March forward into the tainted soil. Before you can realize what happened, you sink completely under the ill soil. Darkness consumes you, and your lungs struggle for air. Your body burns in pain as you suffocate and die. Oh. Okay. Okay. Go back. Go back. Go back with the path split. Go right. You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking over the area. A gate secures the passage to the area with a wall around the property. Also of interest, there is a tree that has a hole carved into it. Take a look at the tree. You approach the tree and notice the hole is big enough to fit your hand in. You look and see something shiny in the hole, as if it were metal. Feeling around with your hand, you find 3 knobs, one on the right, one in the center, and one on the left. Okay, the tree guy that killed me early on, am I... Okay. Press the knobs. Press the left knob. Press the middle knob. Press the right knob. The knobs lock in place. You wait for a moment, but nothing happens. It must be some sort of combination. Some sort of combination, huh? Press the middle, the left, and the right. The knobs lock, nothing happens. Try it again. Right, right, right. Nope. Try again. Right, left, middle. Wait, did it say so? Right, left, middle. Nothing happens. Okay. Ooh. A horrifying figure glides through the air. It doesn't seem to notice you, and it passes on by. It may be a matter of time before it notices you. Ooh. You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking over the area. A gate secures passage to the area with a wall around the property. Oh, yes. Yeah. Go to the gate. You approach the gate cautiously. Enter. Standing before the tower, your heart begins to sink. There is no doubt the birthplace of the spreading plague. There is a fountain before you with statues on your right and left. Save. Inspect the fountain. There is a dark haze about the fountain. The water is black and the smell burns with every breath. You feel a slight pull toward the fountain as if it were calling for something. Inspect the fountain. Okay. Check out the statue? You see an old statue of an angel that has been consumed by vines of thorn. The angel is holding a book in one hand, the other with a finger pointed up toward the sky. You feel it best to leave the statue alone. Smart. Statue on the right. Before you stands an old angel statue that has broken many areas. With one hand, the angel is holding some sort of bowl, while the other hand is hovering over the bowl. You notice that there is only 2 remaining fingers of the angel's other hand. You feel you should keep your distance and just observe it. Smart. Enter. You approach the door. As you reach for the doorknob, an invisible barrier stops you. It must be some sort of magic. Okay. This is the final boss. This is the final area, I suppose. No. No. Leave the tree. Wait. Go to the gate. Yes. Okay, now what did it say about the statue? The one on the left. The other one, the angel is holding a book in one hand. The other, with one finger pointed towards the sky. Okay. But then the other one, while the other is hovering over you notice that there's only 2 remaining fingers on the angel's other hand. So 1 finger and 2 finger. Okay. Okay. Boy. Go left. Follow the tall grass, which is the sword man. Continue on. Sword man is lake. Continue. Lake is that. Explore the field. Field is that. Unicorn. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Go back to where the path splits. Can I go even further back? I cannot. Just continue down the path. There's the well. Continue on. And there's the field that will kill me. So I'm gonna look at the sword. I did not mean to do that. Look at the sword. Talk to the sword. Inspect the grave. Inspect the grave. Looking at the sword, you remember the last words of the ghost. Only something of a pure yada yada yada. Okay. Which would be something from the unicorn. Oh, okay. This is tricky. This is tricky. Because it's not letting me go back. Inspect the tree. Press the knobs. So, 1. I don't think these have anything to do with this, but the statues, one had 1 finger. The other had 2 fingers. One had a bowl, one had a book. There's only so many combinations. I gotta figure it out. Oh boy. Ooh. Okay, right, left, because the statue had 2 fingers, the other one had 1. You hear the rumbling of rocks as the ground starts to shift underneath you. Everything goes dark, and you sink below the surface. The hole above you seals up, trapping you underground? Okay, I was gonna say, if I do all that and I just die... You find yourself with no evident way out, but the path before you into the darkness. Your only choice is to move forward. Quick save. You see 3 separate paths within the walls of the cavern. Which path do you choose? Left. Cautiously make your way through the darkness. Oh, you come to a split. Which one? Left. Into the darkness, 3 separate paths. Which one do you choose? Forward. Darkness, pillar. You come to a divide. Which way do you go? Right. Ooh, an eye appears before you as its gaze pierces the darkness. Before you can do anything, tentacles burst from the ground and grip your body. It pulls you about, but you resist as much as you can. Not sure what you can do, you continue to resist until you can think of something. Your body begins to grow weak as your strength burns away. You suddenly feel yourself pulled into the ground, and you are dragged about like a rag doll. It's not long before the creature devours your body, leaving nothing behind. Ah. We're going forward. We're going forward. We are not going right, we are going left. Okay, so I don't want to go anywhere near this thing, apparently. Don't want to go anywhere near it. Okay, we're gonna go right. And take a right. Ooh. The passageway soon ends with an enlarged mushroom sitting in front of you. A steady river of water flows between you and the mushroom. Oh no. You walk toward the mushroom as if there was something more than what it meets the eye. Walking forward, you take a step into the water. To your dismay, your foot hits no bottom and you fall in. You reach to grab hold of the edge of the surface, but your body freezes stiff. You lose your sight completely as the chilling water sends your body into shock. Without any sense of touch and warmth, your lifeless body sinks into the darkness. Okay, we're gonna go right and left. And then we're gonna go left. We're gonna go straight. Okay, we're gonna do that again. We're gonna go right, left, right. Okay. As you make your way forward, you discover a large cavern. An old-looking ship rests against the edge of the lake, with debris scattered about the surrounding area. Inspect the ship. Cautiously walk down toward the ship. The air is chilling and you fear it won't be a good idea to stay too long. The possibility of discovering something that can help you drives you to explore. Yeah, because what else am I going to do? You climb aboard the ship. As you take a moment to observe your surroundings, you are only welcomed by the trickle of water brushing against the wood of the ship. Until ghost pirates show up and murder you and take your money and your soul. Okay. You move about to see where you can go. Every footstep you take feels heavy as you hear the sound of wood crackling under your feet. You feel the ship has been here for quite some time. You explore under the deck of the ship. Nothing but the sound of your footsteps bounce about the structure of the ship. Oh! From one room to another, you come to discover a kitchen. Although there is nothing unique about it, you feel you should take a moment to inspect it. We're gonna save. We're gonna inspect the oven. You see a lone pot resting upon a dusty stovetop. Gaze downward and open the oven door. Nothing but ash filled the oven chamber. You close the oven door. Okay? You pull one drawer out after another, finding that they have been emptied. Dust spreads about the air as you disturb their rest. Checking underneath, you discover a rusty knife resting on the floor. You find that there are plenty of hardened rat droppings dotted the edge of the wall. You take the knife in hopes that you may defend yourself with it. Woo! You continue your lonely tour of the ship, only find that there is nothing of value. You make your way back to the deck and decide to continue your search. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the tentacle thing, and when it wraps me up, I'm going to stab it. You discover a door with fancy markings about the woodwork. Perhaps this is where the captain resided. You discover the room of the captain. Unlike the other parts of the ship, everything seems to have been left alone in this room. For you rests an old wooden desk with papers and assumed belongings of the captain. There's a small bed off near the corner of the room and some chairs up in the other. You have a feeling deep down that you shouldn't take anything other than the lamp and other objects. There is a small stack of papers in contrast to a lone paper resting by itself. Approaching the desk, you begin to inspect the papers resting on the desk. Save, I'm gonna die. Stack of papers. Hearing about the pages of this collective pile of documents, you realize that most of these are personal notes or journal entries. You pick a few and begin to read. Day 7. The voyage has gone quite smooth as we begin our second week away from home. The spirits of the men are high as we anticipate the discovery of new lands that lie beyond our documented knowledge. It has been my dream to accomplish something world-changing. Together, we move forward with full hearts and unbreakable spirits. Day 66. has been just over 2 months out at sea, and we have yet to discover anything new. We have suffered through many storms, and sickness has plagued the ship recently. Several of my favorite crew have passed on to the next life. See the growing doubt in the eyes of my fellow laborers as our voyage continues day after day. Food rations have been cut in half in fears that we may have to turn back. I dare not let myself think of failure. These men who have lost their lives, the sacrifices to make this voyage possible, I cannot let them be in vain. Ooh, day 91 has come to roughly 3 months out here on the endless blue. With much pain, we have turned around. Yes, we are heading for home port. We have just enough food to make it back. I just hope we have a smooth journey back. The spirits of the crew are low and bitter due to our failure. I do not let myself get caught up in thinking of it. Truly, we do not intend for this to happen. Did not. The loan document. Notice to the crew. Due to our unexpected predicament, everyone is being split up into groups of 2 and 3. Scouting assignments will be given until we find a more habitable place to settle. For now, we must do what we can. Take your leave. Alright. I'm gonna go fight the tentacle thing with this knife. Left. Straight. Okay. Save. Go forward. Forward. And beat it. Take it down. Take it down. It opens. Ooh. Grip your body. Pulls you. Ooh, you resist. Struggle. You remember the knife you have found, and you struggle to bring it out. With success, you hold the knife and begin to cut away the appendages that bind you. The room vibrates as you do cut, and the creature immediately leaves you alone. It takes you a moment to get your breath. You come to a divide. Which way do you go? See? We did it. We just need a knife. Which... This guy lives out in the middle of nowhere. Why does he not have anything? The path you walk comes to an end. Before you shines a pillar of light. The light rests as on a corpse that seems to have been here for quite some time. Near the corpse stands a lone flower. For some reason, you feel hope enter your heart as you gaze upon the flower. Surely this flower will ease the pain of the specter. You approach the flower and carefully pluck it from the ground. There is something special about this flower. Light continues to pierce through the darkness from an opening above. Surely this gives you some hope that is not lost. Seeing that there is nothing else for you here, you turn around. Well, quick save. Go left. The monstrous visage pierces through the fog again. Goosebumps spread across your body as you watch it fly by. Ooh. You continue your way into the darkness. Ooh, why is he here? Ooh, hey. Let's go right? You struggle forward as the way before you becomes completely dark. You notice that there is a light off in the distance, and you continue to make your way forward. Eventually, you make it into some sort of concrete room. Turning around, you see a hole in the wall where you came from. Your guess is that it wasn't part of the initial design. You turn around to see a door. There being little to nothing in the room, you decide to move on through the doorway. You find yourself in what looks like a basement. You turn about to discover what in each direction there is a door, boxes of supplies, and debris litter the floor and corners of the room. You notice that there are several markings on the doors and floors, some of which scare you. You got a bad feeling about this place. Oh boy. Let's see. Quick save. Inspect the supplies. Browsing through the things, you find some rope in one of the boxes. It's enter the left. Continue on. Continue on. Go forward. Ah, it's this guy again. Ah, no. Ah, shoot. Okay, there we go. So what if I enter the door behind me? Ooh, you walk up the steps. You enter a large room. The air is polluted with dust and spiderweb covers the walls and ceiling. Where should you go now? Upstairs. Yeah. You discover what looks like a private library. There's a passageway before you with bookcases on the left and right. Browse the books. You take a moment to look at the books. Some of them catch your eye. Let's look at Forgotten Power. You flip through the pages. There is one in particular that has ink markings all over it. Raw energy is a powerful substance not to be trifled with. It is merely myth that such energies exist. One does not simply stumble upon a pillar of godly power. Even if such a fate is yours, bare hands cannot contain the force. It must be bent and channeled. There has been accounts across time of individuals possessing such power, although they pass away as sand. Their relics of power remain as powerful artifacts that nations around the world would fight for. Yeah, flip around. Pillars of stone. Years before current times, there were unique religious practices that revolved the Stonehenge. Ooh. It is said that these stones are lined in a special way and often organized in a circular pattern. Organizing the stones this way unlocks an ancient power researchers still have trouble understanding. In the middle of the circle would be a stone or two for the keystone to rest on. This is the great mystery of this ancient practice. From ancient records, it is written that the energies from the surrounding stones channel their power into the keystone. Stop reading because the next page of the book has been torn out. Instrument, the harp is one of those recommended from vicious dogs. From vicious dogs to shy unicorn, the soothing voice of the harp can calm the troubled heart. Of course, not all creatures can fall for this simple trick, but it can mean the difference between life and death. So I need to find a harp? You enter a strange room with a large globe centered about the room. There are windows that let the light shine through. You notice that there is a chest resting against the wall to the right. You also notice that there is another passageway like the previous one. Save. Inspect the globe. You study the globe attached to the floor surface. The craft is made of metal, and there is fine detail in the grooves. There are various markings and names scattered across the globe. It takes you a moment, but you find a marking of where you are, Aramar. You notice that there are some sort of hand-drawn markings within the area, made with black ink. There must be something close by that has interested the author of these markings. To add to the mystery, there are similar markings on areas around the globe. Open the chest. Approaching the chest, you notice there's a lock. With no key to unlock it, you decide to leave it alone. You continue forward. Open the hatch. You open the hatch and pull yourself up. You have made it to the top of the tower. Ooh. Before you is a stone of power resting upon an altar of rock. Dark vines have entangled the structure as if they were feeding off the energies of the stone. Your body begins to tremble as you stand before the stone. You definitely feel weaker being up here, as if the stone is sapping away your energy. Destroy it! This may be your only chance. You approach the stone and grasp onto it. You lose sight and feeling immediately as your hands become glued to the stone. Your life is drained. Wow, okay. So, I believe that's all we're going to do of this game for now. If you guys really want to see the ending and see what we can do, just let me know in the comments below. I'll give it another shot. But, wow, I have died like, 40 times? But this is interesting. I like the different paths and the stories. And, we beat that tentacle stone thing by stabbing it. So that's good. But as for now, this is where we're going to end the video. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, do hit that like button. If you really enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. And remember, everyone, stay happy out there. Goodbye.